Good morning, Titus. So good morning, Titus.
Good morning,
Fantastic here. I'll be using. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Lakini
Can you hear me?
inakatika.
Oh, let me check. Let me check. Yeah, I hope now I'm clear, Titus. Am I clear now?
Yes.
Am I clear? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm saying I'll be using some past papers here. Yeah, because you're doing the papers. So I'm using some next past papers. Yeah. Yes, I'll be also be providing you with the answers. I want to have some discussion. Yeah, from the past papers right together. Yeah, maybe I can. Maybe we can have this question. There's a question here that is supposed to explain the functions of the operating system. You have a question that is supposed to explain the functions of the whole of the operating system, and you know very well that there's no way a computer can operate that what an operating system. For example, maybe a machine is using Windows 7, maybe a machine is using Windows 8. Some we have 8.1, and now we have the new ways. We have Windows 10. So what are the functions of the operating system? So one of the functions of the OS now is what we call the job accounting. And that is the first rule of the operating system. What we call the job accounting. So in job accounting now, the OS is able to keep track of time and resources that are used by various tasks and users. Understood? That is in job accounting, that the OS is able to keep track of time and the resources used by various tasks and the users. And this information can be used to track resources usage. For example, we can track now the amount of memory being used by the operating system. We can track now the amount of time that this application is taking for a particular user or group of users. That is what we call the job accounting. I hope you've understood that. So I hope you've understood that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Michelle, have you understood the first law of operating system, job accounting? Yeah, that is okay. So the next law is what we call the error detecting. We have what we call the error detecting. So the OS now is able to monitor the system performance. Still, it is able to monitor whether we have errors. Do we have these logical errors? And is able to help in what? In avoiding the malfunction of the computer system. That is what we call error detecting. It is able to monitor the way the system is operating. Still, it can detect, do we have any errors? Because we have errors now, it is able to avoid the malfunctioning of the computer system. The OS now is able to produce, for example, it can send a message to the user. For example, you can see a notification, maybe there's a problem with this part in the computer. That is what we call the error detecting. Another role still of the operating system is what we call security. Altogether, there is what we call security. The OS now uses a password protection to protect the user data, similar with other techniques. So, for example, in case now you are having Windows 7 and you have set a password in the control panel, there is no way that an average person can access a program, or there is no way someone who is not legitimate can access the information in that computer. So there is a way you can set the password at the control panel. That is also security. I have understood security. Any question on security? Apart from security, there is what we call the memory management. Still, it is the load of the operating system. Memory management. Still, a load of the operating system. So the OS now is capable of managing memory. It consists of and ROM. Yeah, it's able to monitor. Remember, this memory addresses or it deals with information that is frequently accessed by the computer. For example, in terms of the RAM now, at the memory management, it maintains the information which is frequently accessed by the computer. Still, we have the ROM whereby it stores information responsible for the booting process. So the work of the OS now in memory management, it is able to allocate memory to a process. That is the role of the OS in memory management. It is able to allocate the memory to a process when the process requests it. And still, it can deallocate the memory processor has terminated. So these are the two rules of the wasting memory management. It can allocate the memory to a process when the process requests to do so. Still, it can reallocate the memory once the process has terminated. And that is memory management. Any question in memory management? So have you understood that memory management? Yeah, have you understood memory management? Then there is what you call there is what you call processor management. The OS decides access to the processor. Let me just write it for you. Processor management. Let me just write it for you that we are saying that is able to decide the order in which processes have access to the processor and how much processing time each process has. Together, and now this is what we call the processor scheduling. Together, allocate time to a resource. Together, and to decide now the order in which the processes have to be executed. That is what we call the process scheduling. So the OS performs or it is able to keep track of the status of the processes. It's able to keep track of the status of the processes. That is what we call processor management. Then still there is what we call device management. For you, this one.
What?
Yeah, that was processor management. The next is what you call device management. We have device management. We have what you call device management. And you know now in terms of device management, we have to input devices and you have what? Output devices. So it is the work of the OS now to manage device communication via respective drivers. Remember, for example, in case you're having for example, in case you're using a microphone, you're using some earpiece now, or for example, still, maybe you're using a USB or a flash drive. We must be having the drivers now. So the OS is able to manage device communication via respective drivers. Together, is able to keep track of all devices connected to the system. For example, it can allocate, for example, it is the first, for example, like local disk C. The first drive is what? It is allocated C. The next one is allocated D. In case now you add a new input device now, in case you add a new input device, is allocated what? A certain letter. So it's the work of the OS now to decide which process gets access to a certain device and for how long. That is the work of the OS to decide which process gets access to a certain device and for how long. Still, it allocates devices in an effective and what efficient way. Yeah, that is device management. Any question on device management? Any question? That has to load in what? In the functions of the operating system file management. Remember, a file system is organized into the directories for efficient or easy navigation and usage. These directories may contain other directories and other files. So the work of the OS now in file management it is to keep track of where information is stored, of where the information is stored in a different folder. Maybe that folder is local disk C. Maybe that folder is local disk D. This is the work of the OS. Together to determine or to keep track of where information is stored. Yeah. Any question? Yeah. So these were the rules of the operating system. Yeah. Any question or any point I can clarify? Yeah, maybe you can ask a question or I clarify a point. Maybe you can ask a question. Michelle, have you understood?
Yes.
Yeah, that is okay. What about Titus? So have you understood the functions of the operating system? Yeah. Then now we can go to another question now. We have this question now. We have a question here. Yeah, we have a question here from November 2017 now. You're supposed to differentiate between a local area network and a personal area network. The difference between a local area network and a personal area network. Titus, explain a personal area network. What is a personal area network, Titus? What is a personal area network? Or Michelle, what is a personal area network according to you?
Personal area network.
Yeah.
And
What is it? Yes.
I think
Yeah.
it is a computer network.
Yes, proceed.
It is a computer net. It interconnecting electronic devices for an
What about
individual person.
for a single person? That is a good gesture. What about data? What is a personal area network data? Not hear from you data now. What is a personal area network? Yeah, it have said that it is a network that is near a person, someone or a person. So that is correct. So whenever we talk about a personal network, this is a network that allows communication between what electronic devices near what a person together. For example, maybe you're having you can have a Wi-Fi. I think, for example, you can connect to your computer using a hotspot. That is what we call a personal area network. That communication between or a computer network that enables communication between computer devices near a single person or an individual. What about a local area network now? What is a local area network now? What is a local area network now? A local area network.
Can I try?
Yes.
Okay, this is the network that is used at a limited area.
Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. So whenever we talk about a local area network, this is a network that is able to span a small geographical region. For example, if given a school network, we can have what? A local area network together. What if now, in case now you're requested, we illustrate now a local area network using a diagram. Can you illustrate data? Can you illustrate now a local area network now using a diagram? Data, can you illustrate one? So whenever you're requested now to illustrate now a local area network using a diagram, you have to add what the computers together. You can have what a switch together. You can have what a Sigora router. Understood? So you have understood. Let me just show you a simple diagram of what of a local area network. You can add the devices, for example, the computers. You can add a router, a Sigora router, and a what a switch. Yeah. Let me just show you a diagram of a local area network. In case you're requested now an exam scenario to illustrate what a local area network. Just show you. Yeah. I'm sharing the screen. Now, are you able to see this diagram now? Let me just look for the best diagram for you. Let me just show you the best diagram to illustrate what is a network. We can have this one. Let us have this one. Now, look at this diagram. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear, titles? Ruto and Michelle. Is it clear, the diagram? Is it clear?
Yes.
Now, if you look at this diagram now, we're having this is a local area network. In this network now, we can see now we have a switch. Can you see this here? This is what we call a switch. A switch together. Having a single router that is connected to the internet. In case now you're requested, we can see now. Or you must have a network. You must have some computers. Add some wire phone. You can add the switch. Then you can add the router. Then the router is able to connect to the internet. This is what we call a local area network. That is what we call a local area network. Yeah. Then we can proceed now to the next question. We have this question now. So listen to this question. Explain for this question. Explain four file organization methods. Explain four file organization method. And you know, file organization is that mechanism of the way files are. So the computer. For the organization methods we have we have the first one. There is what we call the serial file organization method. First one is the serial file. Just repeat for you. First one, the serial file organization method. And you know what happens to this method now? The records in a file are not organized in what particular order. So for this one now, in case now you're having some records that file, you have to scroll both forward and backward in order now you can obtain what that record. That is what we call the serial file organization method. The user has to scroll both forward and backward in order to obtain what that record. So for this one of the limitations of this one, it takes time. It takes what time. Just imagine having millions of records in a file. You have millions of records in a file, and you want to obtain a certain file. And remember, there is no organization. There is no what organization. So it might take you some time. That is what we call the serial file organization method. Then there is what we call, we have the second, we have the index. Or let me I can start with the sequential. We can have the sequential. Just for you, the sequential. So you have the second, the sequential file organization method. You know what it means by sequential. There is what there is and there is an order. So in terms of saying now, records in this file are organized in a particular order. These records can be organized either by setting order or by setting order. That is what we call. Next one, there is what we call the index sequential. The next index sequential. Index sequential. In terms of index sequential, is almost index sequential now. An index is provided to speed up what the access. An index is provided. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me now? Yeah, let me just repeat on that statement. Yeah, let me just repeat on that statement. I had a problem with my network. There is what we call the index sequential. You have to say for this one still, the records are organized in a particular order, either setting or setting. But what happens in this one, an index is provided to speed up both the access. An index is provided to speed up both the access. Then the last file organization method is what we call the random. There is what we call the random or the direct. There is what we call the random or the direct. So what happens in this one, the records in the file are not organized in any particular order. But what happens in this method, a key field is provided to help in the search. A key field is provided to help in what in the search. So what happens in this one, you have to provide a keyword. Once you put the keyword now, you just press enter, and that information is retrieved from the database. The same way Google works. Actually, Google uses what? The random. You just provide a keyword, you press enter, and that information is what is retrieved. Yeah. So these are the four file organization methods. These are the four file organization methods. Any question? Any question? Now, in case there's another question, and we can proceed. Like we can have this question now. There's another question here. We can have this question. So just listen to this question. In this question, it goes to Samuel. Samuel, good morning, Samuel. Samuel, can you hear me? Samuel? Yeah, this question goes to Samuel. Yeah, he's supposed to provide a single point. Yeah, so Samuel will provide a single point here. Steve Fester's route will provide a point. Yeah. So listen to this question. Outline the three advantages of using a wireless network to the organization. The benefit of using a wireless network to the organization. So which are these benefits of using a wireless network to the organization? I want to hear from you. Samuel, I want to hear from you. Just give us one benefit of having a wireless network. Yes, Festus. What are the benefits?
Can say it is fastest. It is fast.
Are you sure it is fast? For example, you're using Wi-Fi, and when if you compare the Wi-Fi and the keyboard network, which is more fast? This is the Wi-Fi. This is the Wi-Fi,
No,
but now, but it depends the bandwidth. Together, it can apply, but not it depends the bandwidth. Yeah, so you have to experience of what the bandwidth together. Yeah. Yeah, hotels maybe you can have now you can have status somewhere. That will give us a single point. What are the benefits of having a wireless network? Still, you can say that for this wireless network, it is less expensive. It is what less expensive to implement. Why? In this network, you do not require a lot of keyboarding. You don't require a lot of keyboarding. Yeah, that is correct. Status. It is not less expensive. Yeah. Still, another benefit now of having the wireless network, it is able to grow. It can grow to reach what larger geographical region. It can grow to reach other devices in a what in other geographical region together. Because now this network is not constrained in a what in a certain location together. It can grow without what any problems. Yeah, so these are the benefits of having a wireless network. Still, you can say it is even easy to install and configure. Very easy to install and configure. Yeah. So these are the benefits of having a wireless network. And you can have this question now. So just listen to this question. John purchased a general purpose computer for his business. John purchased a general purpose computer for his business. I will try 5 tasks that he could perform using the computer. John purchased a general purpose computer for his business. I will try 5 tasks that he could perform. The computer can be classified either by generation, either by size, by purpose. Yeah. So this is classification based on what? Based on purpose. Whereby we have general purpose computers and we have what? Special purpose computers. For these general purpose computers now, these are the computers that are capable of performing a variety of what of tasks. So just give us 5 operations performed by these computers. Yeah, I'm here from you. Yeah, we can have printing. That is one. We can have printing. So Michelle, just give us one another point. We can have the printing. What else?
Pardon?
I'm asking. We have the general purpose computers together. We have said we have what we call the general purpose computers. So what are the functions of these computers? Now, apart from printing, what other function can a general purpose computer do? Remember, these are the computers that are capable of performing several operations or several functions. So what are the functions of these computers apart from printing? What else? About data, I want to hear from you. We have printing, we have data storage, and that is another point I've given, data storage. I added 3 points. Yeah, what else? So we can have printing, we can have storage, we can have even communication, we can have communication, we can have data processing. Still, these computers can be used for marketing. So understood? Have you understood? We have better storage, we have better processing, we have communication, we have marketing. Still, you can use these computers. You can even use these computers to do what? Form some advertisements. Yeah, these are the functions of what? Of the general purpose computers. Still, you can use them to format a document. Yeah, that is correct. It as processing of data. You can use them to do what? To format a document by using what? Our the processor program. Yeah. Any question on that or any clarification on that? Any question or any clarification on that? Maybe we can proceed now to the next question here. Just listen to this question, or let me just post it for you. Let me just post it for you. You have this question. So we have this question that Mali Limited is dead. Mali Limited is dead to implement a star network topology. Mali Limited is dead to implement a star network topology to connect all its terminals. Mali Limited intends to implement a star topology to connect all its terminals. Explain 3 factors that the company could have considered when selecting the topology. Which are these factors that Mali Limited intends to implement a star network topology to connect all its terminals? Explain 3 factors that the company could have considered when selecting the topology. So this question now, you're supposed to explain the factors to consider when you're selecting what a topology. So you must be knowing, even before you put the factors, you must be knowing what is a topology. A topology now, this is the arrangement of nodes or computers in a network. The arrangement of nodes or computers in a network. We can have the bus topology, we can have the star topology, we can have the mesh topology, the hybrid and ring topology. So which are these factors you have to consider? One of the factors you have to consider is the cost. The first one is what? The cost. The first factor you have to consider the cost. And now the cost is what we call either the installation cost or the maintenance cost. Still, the length of the cable can result to an extra cost. The longer the cable, the costly it becomes. Have you understood? Michelle, have you understood that point? Samuel, right answer.
Yes.
Yes, that is what we call the cost. Then another factor we have to consider is what we call the scalability. And you know what is scalability? Scalability is that topology should allow the addition of what? Of new devices. That topology should allow the addition of new nodes. And still, once you add the new nodes to that network, the maintenance of the network will remain the same. That is what called scalability. The first was cost. The second is what called scalability. The next thing we have to consider is what we call the flexibility. That topology is supposed to be flexible. That topology should allow the configuration. That topology should allow configuration at a minimum downtime, and the performance of that topology should remain the same. Configuration. For example, maybe you understand this computer's IP address. That topology should allow the changing or the modification of that IP address. Still, you have to consider another factor is the other factor we call the ease of installation. There's what we call the ease of installation. It should be very, very easy to install that topology. It should be very, very easy to install that topology. Yeah. So you have to consider, for example, you have another factor is what we call the ease of maintenance now. It should be very, very easy to maintain with that topology. So these are the factors you have to consider. You have said you have cost, you have the ease of installation, you have ease of maintenance, you have flexibility, you have scalability, still availability. But again, availability. That topology should always be available whenever required by the users. Together, it should be what? Reliable. So these are the factors you have to consider. Any question or any clarification? Any question or any clarification?
In that point of flexibility,
Yeah.
can we say expansion?
Yeah, in terms of expansion now, what we are saying, for the expansion now, it comes under scalability. It comes under what? Scalability together. And because it's scalability now, we are saying it allows the addition of what of new nodes that together or new devices. Just you explain the expansion and the what scalability. Any other question? Yeah, that is okay. Yeah. Then you can proceed to another question here. You can proceed to another question. Let me just check another question. Let me just check another question here. Some we have discussed. Yeah, let me just share the screen of this question. There's a diagram here. Just in. Let me just share this. Just a minute. I share the screen of that diagram. Now look at this diagram. Yeah, for the that yeah, this is for the now here for you. I'll get from yes. Yeah. Let me just repeat. Let me just share. Yeah, there was a problem with my network. Let me just share the diagram. I made I share the diagram. Let me just share the diagram. Just share the diagram once more. Let me just share the diagram. It is in our. I think now it is clear. Look at this diagram now. Joseph has been requested to the computers in the organization he works for, and he prefers to use the topology in this diagram now in figure 2. So now I want to create this from everyone. Someone, which topology is this now? I want to hear from someone, everyone. I want to hear from everyone. I want to hear from everyone now. Yeah. Maybe first, which topology is this?
As a star topology.
Yeah, why is that topology? Just why a statement? Why is that topology? Yeah, why is that topology? Because you're supposed to how it works. Take a look at you're supposed to explain how it works now. Explain.
Let me say the server
Yeah.
is placed in the the server is placed at the middle. So
Just proceed. Just proceed. Is correct.
so this the clients now are the
Yeah. Yeah, you are correct on one. You can have some accident because you're saying now you have to please now the center on the central node you can have the server or the switch. Yeah. What about Michelle? Explain or describe the topology. Michelle, describe it. Yeah, just describe the topology. Michelle, describe the topology. Yeah, describe the topology. Or even Titus. Titus describe the topology. Or Michelle. Yeah, describe Michelle.
Well, this topology is used in local area network,
Yeah.
in which the
Yeah.
network is limited
Mhm.
in a certain area.
Yeah, but no, maybe you can explain now in terms of the topology. Now we are having a single device. We are having either a switch in the middle. Is it true? Maybe explain from that point on now. Why do we have that central node? Yeah, so what happens in this topology now? This is what we call as topology that is connected. It's a star topology. And now we can have the server, the switch of the hub is connected together, or it connects other devices. And now, in case now the central device is off, the whole network goes off. In case now the central device is off, the whole network goes off. And you have seen now you can connect in the central device now. You can have a server, you can have a switch, you can have a router together, or you can have a hub. In case that is off, the whole network is off together. And what are the advantages now of using this topology? One of the benefits of using this topology, the failure of one node does not affect what the other devices. The failure of this computer here, look at computer, the failure of this computer here does not affect other computers. That is what an advantage. Still, it is easy to troubleshoot. Easy troubleshoot. Yeah. Because now, this for example, maybe this computer has failed. You can easily diagnose the problem. You can easily diagnose the problem. Yeah. Keep on saying connect with the node. No, keep on saying this benefit to have both now you know network network fail. Then you have this question goes to negotiators now. This question, yeah, difference between the features of second generation computer and the difference between features of the second and the third generation computers. The other question below. Computers. That's the difference between the second and the third generation computers. Data. Yeah, what is the difference data between the second and the generation computers? I can yeah. The second being in size compared. Yeah, so as you explain this point now, you have to say, for example, the third generation computers, they are smaller in size as compared to the second. Yeah. Or you can say the same thing as I've said, the second, they are bigger in size as compared to the third. That is one difference. Maybe Ruto can give us another difference and Michelle also another difference. Just give us three differences. It has one, Michelle one, and Ruto one. Another difference between the second and the third. Another difference. Still, you can say that the third generation computers, they were less expensive as compared to the second. They were less expensive as compared to the second. Still, the third generation computers, they were using what we call the integrated circuit. Together, the integrated circuit. But now the second, they were using what we call the transistor. Together, the third generation computers were using what we call the integrated circuit. Together, the IC. But for the second, they were using what we call the transistor. Together, then still, the third generation computers, they were faster as compared to the second together. Yeah. Then you can have this question. Have this question. Listen to this question. Salama Medical Clinic intends to purchase computers. Salama Medical Clinic intends to purchase computers for use in its operations. Salama Medical Clinic intends to purchase computers for use in its operations. Explain two ways the computers could be used in the clinic. Salama Medical Clinic intends to purchase computers for use in the operations. Explain two ways the computers could be used in the clinic. Now, what are the uses of computers in the clinic now or in the health facility? Well, you can see it has a sleeping. What about Michelle and investors? Yeah? What are the uses of
So
computers in the clinic?
they are used in storing records of the patients.
Yeah, that is one. Yeah, that is correct. What about Michelle? Apart from keeping a patient's records, what else? Still, you can use these computers now for research. Remember the people working in that health facility, in that clinic, they can use the computers to do what? To perform what? Some research. For example, you want to diagnose problems. Yeah. Still, the same computers, they can be used to do what? To perform, for example, like some X-ray. Right together. You can use the computer to do what? To perform some X-ray. Yeah. These are the uses of computers in what? In that clinic. You have seen the first one to maintain or to keep what? Patient records. They can be used for research. And that can be used to diagnose problems. For example, can be having like, for example, the X-ray. Yeah, that's correct. Then you can have this question here. Let me see that is clear. Yeah, let me just share this diagram. I want to identify the ports now in the computer. We have the ports. Let me just show you. And you know what is a port? It's a physical docking point between what? The external devices and what? The input parts of the computer. Let me just show you a diagram here. I want to identify now the ports. One here. Let me just show the diagram. Let me just show this diagram to you. Yeah, this is here. Yeah, look at this post now. Look at 15B. Look at yeah. Identify this post now. Identify this port now. Yeah, we have port. Okay. I want to identify them. Yeah. Who can identify any port? Look at this diagram. Identify the ports. You have to say a port is a physical docking point between the inboard system and all the external devices. Which ports are these? Look at this diagram very well. Let's identify them.
The first one.
Yeah.
Is it a LAN port?
Yeah, that is correct. The first one is a what? A LAN port. Yeah, that is used to connect with to connect the internet cable. That is correct. Yeah, that is correct. What about 2, 3, and which ports are these? What about 2? Michelle, which one? Just identify one port. What about Titus? Which port can you see here? Yeah, that is correct from Titus. That Loman 2 there's a VGA port. That is correct. That is used to connect the monitor and what? The system unit. Yeah, that is correct. What about Loman 3? Yeah, Loman 3 now. Got Loman 3. Yeah. Oh no, identify Loman 3 or Loman 4 now. Yeah, we can see Roman 4 is a what? A PS2 port. PS2 port that was used in the old system unit to connect the keyboard or the mouse. What about now, Michelle Roman 3? Which one is this? Is it a USB port? Is it a USB port or a HDMI port? Look at Roman 4. Michelle. Which one is it, Michelle? Is it a HDMI port or
Well, that's okay. It's where the USB is being inserted.
yeah, it is this is a USB port. Together, this is a what? A USB port. So it is not clear. It is not what? It is not clear. Together. Yeah. But I believe you know what is a you know a HDMI port. Is it true? Yeah, let me just show you a HDMI port. It's not clear. The diagram is not clear. Let me just show you. Let me just share the screen of HDMI port. Let me just show you a HDMI port. Just show you. Yeah, this is the HDMI port. Together, I can see them now. You can have this diagram is more clear. Together, you can have them here. Together, this is what you call the HDMI port. Yeah, this is what you call the HDMI port. Let me show you other ports in the computer. For example, you can have a in case your port diagram now of having a serial port. You must be know what is a serial port, what is a parallel port. Just show you the port. Yeah, look at this port now. I want to look at this port now. Just look at this port. Yeah, look at this port now. Are they clear? How can you see them? Are they clear on your end? Look at this port now. Just observe them. Yeah, you can see you're having the VGA port is here. You can have the DVA port now. You can have the HDMI, the audio port. Just look at this diagram here. This diagram is here. Now you look at there is one there is one here, the DVI. Look at that DVI port now. The digital visual interface now. For this DVI port now, it is used to connect the video source, like a video, display controller, or display device, right together like a monitor, right together. Yeah, that is what we call the DVI port. Yeah. It is used to connect a video source, an external device, like the monitor. Any question on the reports? Look at them. Any question on that? In case of no question, maybe we can proceed to the next part now. Another question. We have this question now. Explain 3 types of application programs that can be used in a computer. You explain 3 types of application programs that can be used in a computer. 3 types of application programs that can be used in a computer. Remember now, these programs now, these are the programs that are used to help the end user in performing his day-to-day activities. Remember, programs are categorized into 2. We have application programs and we have what? System softwares. And you know now, the system softwares now, they are used to help you to manage the operating system of the computer. So they're able to manage the computer hardware and other softwares. So now, what are the types of application programs that you can use in a computer? Which are these programs? I want to hear from you. The programs now, the application programs. Which are these? Just give 3. Which are these? We can have the word processor programs. You can have what? The word processor programs like what? Microsoft Word, Microsoft. You can have the Microsoft Word. You can have the word pad. You can have the word start together. For example, they can be used to do what? To format the documents. That's the first one. The word processor programs. Then you can have what you call the presentation softwares. You can have what? The presentation softwares. For example, maybe you want to come up with a PowerPoint presentation. You can use what you call the Microsoft PowerPoint. These are what? A presentation softwares. Then you can have a database software. You can have what? A database software that is used to store the information. You can have the what you call them. You can have the Microsoft Access. You can have the Fox Pro software. You can have the DBase software. These are what? Database also softwares. So you can have the accounting softwares. Yeah, and a good example for the accounting software, you can have the Sage. You can have the Sage. Yeah. Then you can go to another question here. Explain system unit. Explain the components of the system unit. Now, which are the main components of the system unit? Which are these main components of the system unit of the CPU? Here are the components, the main components. Traders, which are these? Remember, the CPU is what the brain of the computer. All operations or all processing takes place in the CPU. Yeah, which are the 3 main components of the system unit? Not the system unit, the central processing unit. The 3 main components of the central processing unit of the CPU. Which are these? It has just give us one. Festers, which one do you know? Festers. Let me just explain them. Now there is what you call, we have the first one, we have the control unit. Together we have the control unit. That is correct titles. We have the control unit. And now the control unit now it is used to coordinate all activities in the computer. It is able to determine the next point or the next instruction to be retrieved. That is the control unit. It is able to coordinate all activities of the computer. Still, it determines the next instruction to be able to be retrieved. Still, it is the work of the control unit to determine where the information will be stored. Will that information be stored in the primary memory, or that information will be stored in the secondary storage? That's the first component, the control unit. The second component is what we call the arithmetic logic unit, the logic unit. And for this one, it is able to perform both arithmetics and logical operations. So in terms of the arithmetic operations, you can have addition, you can have subtraction, you can have division, you can have multiplication. But in terms of the logic operations now, you can have comparison. You can have what comparison. You can have sorting. These are what logical operations. Then the last component is what we call the main memory or the internal memory together. And you know it contains of what it consists of the RAM and the ROM together. It stores information that is frequently accessed by the computer. Together. It stores information responsible for the booting process. Together. These are the RAM and the what and the ROM. So these are the three major components of the CPU: the control unit, the arithmetic logic unit, and you have what? The memory unit. Have the main memory. Any question at that point or any clarification? Any question or any clarification? Maybe you can proceed now. Proceed, you can have this question. Yeah, explain the services provided by the internet. You explain the services provided by the internet. Which are these services? You explain the services provided by the internet. Remember, the internet now is that worldwide interconnection of millions and millions of computers which have interconnected from what we call the World Wide Web. So, what are the services which are provided by the internet? These services. The services provided by the internet. Which are these? I want to hear from you now. Michelle, just yes, Festus.
Communication.
Yeah, explain communication. Explain communication. That is correct. Explain.
This allows people to exchange information.
Yeah, by using what? By using what you call the electronic mail. That is correct. Yeah, what about Michelle? Oh, do you have another point, Titus? About Michelle? Yeah, we can have fighters. That is what we call. We can have the cloud, the servers now, whereby you can send information online. Yeah, we can have that. What about Michelle? There is what you call even you can have entertainment. You can have what entertainment. For example, you can browse, you can download some movies, some music, or still you can stream live music from YouTube. That is what entertainment. You can even have what you call there is what you call research. The internet has helped people in the research. For example, if they give an assignment, just go to the internet and you bring what the resources. That is what research. Then there is what you call the e-learning, the electronic learning. For example, you don't have to attend maybe the lectures now. You can just use what the e-learning. I think that what you call the electronic learning, whereby all the materials are provided on the internet. Still, there is what you call video conferencing, like now what you're having now. You're having what a video conferencing whereby you do not have the physical contact between what the lecturer and what in the students. That is what you call video conferencing. Still, you can have downloading programs. For example, maybe required to download a certain software. That software you can only access it on the internet. Together, yeah. These are the services which are able to be which are provided by the internet. Apart from even downloading the programs, there is what you call the e-commerce. The e-commerce on the online shopping. And you know very, very well nowadays, people do not go to buy items physically together. They just use what the e-commerce method together, whereby you can just buy a product online together. And most of the times payment is on the delivery. For example, you can have a site like Jumia, the Kilmore together, yeah, whereby people can buy items all online. Yeah, so these are some of the services provided by the internet. But even now you are requested now to explain the requirements now of connect to the internet. What are the requirements of connect to the internet now? Yeah, because now for you to access these services, you must be connected to the internet. So what are the requirements now of connecting to the internet? Which are these requirements? Here are these requirements. Are these requirements? Which are these requirements now of connecting to the internet? Which are these requirements? Michelle, which are these requirements? Esther, Titans, which are these requirements? Now, one of the requirements of connecting to the internet is what we call an ISP. We must be having what an ISP. An ISP now This is a company that is able to provide what the internet services. For example, you can have a Safaricom, you can have Fiber, you can have Zuku together, you can have Zuku. Then we must be having what you call a communication software together. We must be having what a communication software. And you know very, very well. For the communication software now we can have what you call the NOS, the local operating system, and then you can have a terminal. Yeah. You can have a terminal. And you know a terminal now, this is a device that incorporates what a keyboard and what a display device. Yeah, that is correct. It does. So a computer is a what is a terminal. You can have a computer or what or a smartphone. Still, you can have what the username and the password. For example, in case you're connecting to a public Wi-Fi or private Wi-Fi and it's provided or it is secured by using a password, you must be having what the password. Yeah. So these are some of the requirements of connecting to the internet. Still, you can have a modem. And you can have modulator. So a modem now is a days provides in digital signal to analog signal. So it can be transmitted over what the telephone now lines. So these are the requirements of connecting to the. Then you have this question. Explain are these now rates to computer systems, which are these? The thread here from Festus.
Yes.
Yeah, which are these? Yeah, Festus.
Network iko na shida. Pardon.
Yeah, Festus.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm asking. Now we have the yeah. What are the types of threats in computer systems? Which are these threats? Let us have seen the first one. We have the viruses. We have the malware. We have the malware that are able to change the normal function of the computers and other viruses. Which one else apart from viruses? Now, which others?
What about the hacking?
Yeah, we can have hacking. Yeah, that is correct. What else?
Worms.
Yes, Michelle.
Worms.
Yes.
Worms. Let me write.
Yeah, using when yeah the worms now. Yeah, the worms now because now there's a difference between worms and the viruses. We have worms. We have viruses. They are different. Yeah. We have hacking together. We have phishing. We have spoofing together. We have spoofing together. Yeah, there are several. We can go to another question here. Can go to the last question for today. Let us go to the last question for today. Go to the last question here. Now, listen here. I'll train two peripheral devices in a computer system. I'll train two peripheral devices in a computer system. You'll train two peripheral devices in a computer system. I'll train two peripheral devices in a computer system. And which are these devices now? Because we must be knowing first what are peripheral devices. Which are these?
These devices that are connected to the motherboard.
Yeah,
Via the
and
port.
correct. And they are used for input, output, and storage together. And which are these devices? Just give me two. Each student should give me one. We have said these are the devices that are used for input, output, and storage. Which are these devices?
The keyboard.
Two to one. Just give me one.
Keyboard.
Keyboard, correct, Michelle? Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. Festus keyboard is correct. It is correct. Then, and we can have them. We can have the code. We can have the microphone. Yeah, these are the devices that are used for what input, output, and store and storage. Yeah. So I think that is enough for today. Yeah, that is enough for today. Any question? Yeah, there is a question I've posted. So after this class now, there's a discussion question I've posted. You're supposed to explain the emerging trends in what in ICT. I've posted for discussion. And now you have by 10 that question won't be 1 hour. That will be I have already posted that question. So what's today? What's the class today? What was the revision today? Michelle, how was the revision today?
Amazing.
It was amazing. That is good. Any strategies? Any strategies or that you can improve next time from it was any other issue?
Well, the voice, the communication was breaking.
Yeah, it is okay. Somewhere the network is a bit low together, but I'll improve next time. Yeah, now, that is okay. What about Festus? How was the revision today, Festus?
It was nice.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, what about Titus? Yeah, that is good from Titus. Now there's something you have sent here. Yeah, it was good. It was 100% good. That is okay. So I'm so grateful together. I'm so grateful even for your attendance now this morning together. Yeah, it is good now. The revision helps now because now what I'm doing now, I'm having several past papers, and I want now before you sit for your neck, be able to revise all the past papers because what happens in the neck, they repeat the questions from the past papers, be all the information. Yeah, you have revised the past papers from 24 from 2010 to 2019. You will make sure you have revised all the past papers because like now you have revised around four or five past papers. Questions are what repetitive. Yeah. So I'm so and that's it. So have a good day. And you advise your friends. They're supposed to be here together. It's good you also talk to them, but talk to them. Yeah. So any question before I close the class? Any question? Any question? Any question? In case you do not have any question, so just work on that discussion. There's a discussion question I've posted. Just work on it. I'll mark. So have a blessed day and keep safe.
You are currently the only person in this conference.